It's Amy, your Gray Girlfriend, and welcome to the Gray Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. First, let me say that I'm so happy and grateful that you're here with me. Out of the more than 3 million podcasts available, you chose this one, so thank you. This podcast was created for high-achieving women, real women who face and conquer real challenges, real women who are ready to take their lives to the next level. Between us all, we've been through it all, and I'm here to tell you, you can thrive despite it. So whether you're commuting to or from work or doing one of the other 50,000 things you do on a weekly basis, pop in your earbuds, my friend, and let's go. Welcome to the Gray Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. This is your host, Amy Blair Lawson. Today's episode is entitled, What's Your Style? There's a quiet pattern beneath many women's success stories, a pattern that isn't often discussed in professional circles. You can feel fiercely confident and composed at work, yet struggle deeply with closeness or trust or emotional safety in your relationships. That pattern often comes from your attachment style, a blueprint formed in childhood that quietly guides how you connect and love and even lead. So what is attachment really? Attachment refers to how we bond with others. It begins in infancy with our caregivers, how they respond or fail to respond to our needs. That shapes the rules our nervous system writes about love and safety and belonging. As adults, those rules still whisper in our ears. They influence whether we open our hearts or shut them down, whether we chase or avoid, or even how we handle conflict with colleagues or partners. Recognizing your attachment style isn't about blame. It's about power, the power to understand your emotional patterns and rewrite them. There are 4 attachment styles. We're going to walk through each one with an eye on how they often show up for high-achieving women. The first style is known as secure attachment. If you grew up with consistent loving care, you likely developed a secure attachment. You feel comfortable with closeness and autonomy. You can set healthy boundaries while giving and receiving love easily. For high-achieving women with a secure base, leadership often feels collaborative rather than combative. You trust others to contribute. You're open to feedback, and you're emotionally grounded when challenges arise. But here's the truth. Many women who reach high levels of achievement don't start there. Instead, success becomes a way to feel secure when emotional safety was missing early on. The second style is known as anxious attachment. The anxious style often stems from inconsistent caregiving. Sometimes love was available and sometimes it wasn't. As a result, you may crave closeness but fear abandonment. In career terms, this can show up as perfectionism or overfunctioning or people-pleasing. You might consistently go above and beyond at work to win approval, but struggle to believe you're truly valued. In relationships, you may overanalyze text messages or feel uneasy with space or need reassurance that your partner still cares. The underlying belief with this attachment style is, I must earn love. Any of this sound familiar? Many ambitious women operate from this place of deep striving. And while it can lead to outward success, it's emotionally exhausting. The third style is known as avoidant attachment. If love or attention felt conditional, or if independence was prized over vulnerability, you might have adapted with avoidant attachment. You learned early on that you can only rely on yourself. You may excel as a leader because you're composed and logical and self-sufficient, but emotionally, you may feel uncomfortable with intimacy. You might suppress your needs or avoid asking for help or disconnect when conflict arises. Romantic partners might describe you as distant or hard to read, even though you crave love just as deeply. The core belief with this attachment is, I can't count on others, I must be strong. For high-achieving women, this often shows up as hyper-independence. You're the one everyone leans on, but you rarely feel safe letting someone lean on you or leaning on someone else. The fourth style is known as fearful avoidant, also known as disorganized attachment. This is probably the most complex style. It develops when love and fear coexist. Maybe your caregivers were both comforting and frightening, or your home never felt predictable. As adults, this creates a push-pull dynamic. You long for closeness, but you panic when it arrives. For For high-achieving women, this can look like chronic burnout or self-sabotage. You might oscillate between craving connection and shutting it down when it feels too intense. You may lead brilliantly at work, but unconsciously keep people at arm's length. The internal message with this style is love is dangerous. Healing this pattern takes gentleness and compassion and trauma-informed approaches such as RTT. Why is recognizing your attachment style important? It's because awareness is liberating. Once you identify your attachment style, you can begin to see the links between emotional pain and behavioral patterns. At work, you might finally understand why delegation feels threatening, which is avoidant, or why feedback sends you spiraling, that's anxious. In love, you catch yourself chasing validation or withdrawing instead of feeling shame about it. In self-leadership, you begin to parent your inner self instead of judging her. When you recognize your style, you stop fighting yourself and start reparenting the parts of you that never learned emotional safety. So how can RTT help you heal? RTT is a powerful hybrid of hypnotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and neuroplasticity-based reprogramming. It works by helping you access your subconscious mind, the place where those early attachment rules are stored, and rewrite them. Here's how RTT helps heal attachment wounds. First, you discover the root. RTT guides you into a relaxed state where your mind reveals when and how those old beliefs formed. Beliefs such as I'm not enough or love isn't safe. Second, it reframes and recodes. Once you see the origin, you can compassionately reframe it. You realize the story was never about your worth. It was about an environment that couldn't meet your needs. Third, it rewrites with new beliefs. Through personalized audio recordings with guided meditations, RTT helps imprint balanced emotional responses such as, I am safe to receive love, I can be successful and supported, and I am enough just as I am. Fourth, it integrates and strengthens. Healing doesn't erase drive, it harmonizes it. You still strive, but from wholeness, not fear. You'll lead with authenticity, not self-protection. Healing creates a ripple effect in your life. Once attachment wounds begin to heal, everything changes. You stop overworking to prove your worth. You draw boundaries without guilt. Your relationships become supportive rather than draining. At work, emotional intelligence rises. You communicate rather than react. You delegate rather than micromanage, and you attract people who match your healed energy. Emotionally secure women are magnetic. We exude calm and confidence that's far more powerful than perfection. The truth is, your nervous system was never broken. It was adaptive. And RTT simply helps you evolve it from survival mode to thriving mode. So let's do a short reflection. If you're driving a car, stop listening right now and then start again when you're home in a safe place. So I want you to take a couple deep breaths, and then I'm going to ask you 4 questions. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again and breathe out. And one more time, breathe in and breathe out. And here's the first question. Do you feel anxious when you're not achieving? Do you equate being needed with being loved? Do you find it hard to trust others or depend on them? Do you bounce between craving closeness and wanting space? Your answers to these questions, my friend, are the trailheads to your emotional freedom. Remember, underneath your attachment style is a longing for safety and love. Healing it doesn't erase your ambition. It integrates it, giving you peace with your power. You can be successful and securely attached, and RTT is one of the most effective ways to get you there. I'm wishing you peace and plenty of personal power. Until next time, this is Amy, your gray and powerful girlfriend. Hey, it's Amy. Did you know that what we tell ourselves about ourselves impacts every decision we make? Every decision. So if you're feeling stuck in any aspect of your life, RTT can help. Want to know more? Go to amyblairlawson.com or click on the calendar link in the show notes to schedule your complimentary 30-minute consultation. Oh, one last thing. I can't forget the legal stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The language a lawyers write that I have to read to you. Well, here it goes. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. While I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner, a certified divorce financial analyst, and a licensed investment advisor, this podcast is not intended as a substitute for a private session or a consultation. Got it? All right. Until next time, wishing you peace and plenty of all good things.